What do you want to be when you grow up? That was the question we often get asked when we were a kid. And without hesitation, we shout out doctors, lawyers, baseball player, firefighter. That question allowed us to dream. Dream gave us hope. Hope gave us energy. Energy drive us to take action. Hello and welcome to Win with Wanny. For those of you who just joined us, my name is Wanny Huynh. I am an author, speaker, entrepreneur, and coach. I created this channel dedicated to helping first-generation immigrants achieving their full potential in life by providing tools and resources to help them along their journey. In my senior year in high school, I didn't have a clue as to what I wanted to do with my life until I came across the movie Pretty Woman. In the movie, the main character, played by Richard Gere, was a very successful businessman. He had all the finest things in life: fine cars, fine clothes, and most of all, he always had beautiful women around him. Yeah, you see, back in my late teen, I wanted that lifestyle. I wanted to be an international businessman. Back then, I didn't even know what an international businessman does. But it doesn't matter. I like the title. It sounds kind of cool to me. The dream of becoming international businessman gave me hope. Hope turned into energy. Energy turned into action. I began to take on massive action. I went online and registered my first email account, international_stud@yahoo.com. Back then, I didn't have a cell phone or a pager. I went to Office Mac and created a business card. I began handing them out to all the beautiful girls I run into. They were very impressed, I can tell, once they look at my business card. You an international student? As you can see, it didn't go too well. After high school, rather than pursuing my dream as an international businessman, my parents already have a plan in place for me. To make my parents happy, I went to study medicine. 2 years into college, I ended up dropping out because it wasn't my dream. I didn't want to become a doctor. And without a dream, there's no hope. Without hope, there's no action. I stopped taking action, meaning I stopped going to class. I dropped out of school and ended up moving back to my parents' basement, right? One day I remember sitting at home watching TV when out of a blue, one of my high school buddies called me up and said, "Hey, Wanny, I want you to come out and listen to this motivational speaker. He will change your life." My choice was clear. I can either stay home and watch TV, or I can go and listen to a guy who might change my life. The next thing I knew, I was in a room of about 300 people, listening to a guy on stage pouring his heart out, trying to inspire and motivate me. Midway through his speech, something unbelievable happened. I began to feel a chill moving through my body. I can feel the chill running down my spine as the speaker was sharing story of overcoming obstacles and challenges. His story was so moving, so inspiring that it gave me a goosebump. At that moment, the speaker awakened the sleeping giant. At that moment, I knew I want to be a speaker. I told myself, I want to do that. I want to get on stage and give someone a goosebump. Next thing I know, I end up talking myself out of it before I even began. I thought, who would want to listen to me? I don't have a track record. I never finished school. I live in the basement of my parents' house. I began to impose a limitation on myself. That was over 20 years ago. If I know then what I know now, it would have been much different. You see, I would have seek out mentors and coaches, people who are already doing the thing that I wanted to do, such as public speaking. And I would ask them to mentor me. Because of those limitations that I imposed on myself, I did not chase my dream. Rather, I tried to pursue success, thinking that once I become successful, people will listen to what I have to say. The one key takeaway is this: I want you to get out there and remove those limitations, right? Whatever your heart desire, go after it. I want you to think back to when you were a kid. Remember when teacher asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right? You didn't even have to think about the answer. Why? Because as a kid, we didn't impose limitation on ourselves. You allow yourself to be free and creative. But once we got older, we began to put limitation on ourselves. It's time to remove those limitations and begin to think as if you were a kid. Remember, there's no limitation, no wall, no boundary of what you can achieve. Go out there and just do it. Thank you for watching.